Hello and welcome to Business Journey with Atlas, advisors that listen and serve after show. I'm business partner Melodie Reagan, and with me is my good friend, our client, CEO and founder Sheryl Mazisco. And this is the after show where Sheryl and I just had a fantastic conversation about HR. And Sheryl, you have a couple of things that have come to mind that are some extra tips that you can share with our audience.
Yeah, I thought that it was really important to think back to our history as a startup, right? So as we continue to grow, this may not be true for every business, but I know that was a very big struggle for me when I first started the business with regards to HR. So I just wanted to mention a couple of those things from a startup standpoint. And that being that, who you bring into your organization and who you hire in the early days can be a real struggle. And one of the things I think that we certainly experienced is that we had started the company out of another organization, and I acquired that organization. So there were a lot of employees that came over that were with us in the early days to the new company. And one of the things that I realized with your help is that even if you're hiring friends and family, if you're bringing previous employees with you, when you start a new company, you have to reevaluate and vet those employees or potential employees just as you would in any other stage of your business. So, just because it's a friend that you've worked with before and that you enjoy hanging out with, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be right for the position that you need at that time. So I think that was one of the things that I would certainly guide people in taking a good hard look at. How are you vetting people when you're first starting your organization? And also realizing, I think the second thing is that relationships change over time, especially if you've been in one position and now you're the CEO of the corporation and you either were a coworker with someone that you want to bring on. Now that dynamic is different, right? It's not just hanging out and vetting about the company. It's that person is reporting to you, so you have to roll with or learn how to reestablish a relationship that's right for the positions that you hold in your organization. And then the third thing is that the saying, hire slow and fire fast. Because I think a lot of times, especially in the early days, you bring people on and the company grows rapidly past their level of expertise or
Very
skills.
true.
And so you've got to be willing as a business owner to take a good hard look and sort of separate yourself from the relationships that you have within your organization and let people go when they are not, either when the role is not good for them or the role is not good for the company, because that is one of the biggest business killers if you have someone who's ineffectively in a position that is not helping the growth of your company. So those were three things I learned.
Exactly. And by the way, you have to make sure, what I love about that, one of the conversations you and I have had is, what are you training somebody on? You cannot train, when you're in a startup mode, you can have time to train people into their core function. It's enough for them to be trained on your culture and if there are some industry nuances. So all the things that Sheryl said, and it's really paying attention. Even if you worked with somebody 2 years ago, I had a situation where I had someone that worked for me, and in the past they were absolutely dynamo. Loved them. They came due. They had a situation where they were available to come back. I didn't even interview them. I just snapped them up. And in the 2 years since we'd worked together, their skill level had changed. And the environment that they were in had changed so much that they were no longer really and truly a fit for us. So exactly and Sheryl adheres to this. If she's going to bring somebody in, and she's made a company policy, she evaluates what they're supposed to do, and we go through the interviewing process to make sure that they are fit. And it doesn't matter who they are. Of course, we all want to hire people we know and respect, and that's a great place to start with referrals. Just do the due diligence.
Yes, and be honest and transparent. I mean, the conversations are hard, especially if it's someone you know or someone who has been in a position for a while. But you have to have the hard conversations and be honest about performance and having the right fit, because that's crucial to the success of your business.
The one other one that I do want to reinforce that she just said is understand your relationships. Sheryl and I have worked together in different ways through the years, and we have become friends, and we're friends. But I can assure you that when we come into work, she's the boss. We're not friends. We will always be friends. But the fact is, she's the boss. I do what she says to get done. I need to follow her directions, her lead, and I need to treat her appropriate to the position. So it's really an important thing when you're considering bringing others in. I've seen it many times over where bring in a friend, they think they're a friend at work. You bring in somebody that used to be a peer and they think they're still a peer. And you know what? You've got to be in your role, and your team members do too. So great advice, Sheryl. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us today. If you want to ask any other questions, have anything else that we can provide feedback on, please visit us online at Atlas CPAs, it does have an A on it.com, /business journey. You also, if you want to check out Sheryl's website, it's idealharvest.com. So thanks so much and have another fabulous day.
Thank you.